Hi everybody! So, I just wanted to do a birth story for Sabriel because I realized I never did that. So, she was born June 9th, 2012, so she's 2 years old. And the week before I had her, I'd been having contractions pretty regularly. They kept getting to about... Sorry, Hermione's on the floor right here. They kept getting to 5 minutes apart and then they would just kind of stop. And I was trying really hard to like go into labor naturally. Like I wanted to do that.
Mommy.
Yeah.
I'm stuck.
You're stuck? There you go. She's sitting in her rocking chair. I don't know if you guys can see her. So I've been walking a lot and finally I went to my doctor's appointment Thursday, the 7th, and I was showing signs of preeclampsia. I had protein in my urine, my feet were starting to swell, my blood pressure was a little bit higher than normal. He wasn't super concerned, but he gave me like a couple more things I needed to watch out for, and if any of those things occurred, I was supposed to call and blah, blah, blah. So I woke up Friday morning, the 8th, with a headache, which was one of the things on the list. And I am such a worrier. I immediately called the doctor's office. They're like, oh, it's probably fine. My feet weren't swollen at that point. It was probably just, I just needed some water. It was first thing in the morning, they weren't really worried, but me being the worrier I am, I was just like freaking out that something was going to happen and it was going to impact me or the baby or, just, oh my gosh, it's gonna be horrible. My brain was going explosive. And the doctor had already offered to induce me. And so I wanted to go naturally, but I was too stressed. And being that stressed, I knew it wasn't going to happen anyways. And so I decided to, after talking to my husband and my mom, I decided to call the doctor back and ask to be induced. So, yes? You putting your bracelets on? Okay. So he said, yeah, that's great. The hospital is a little bit full at the moment, but he was the one there that evening, and so he said, as soon as it calmed down. I'm sorry, here, let me help you. So as soon as it calmed down, that he'd call and let me know that they were good to go for me to come in. You're welcome. So, I was trying to do everything I could that day to, try and go into labor naturally. So I was walking around with my mom to get contractions going, and, she went to work, so then I came home. My husband came home a little bit early, walked around to get contractions going with him. We got them to 5 minutes. We went out to dinner, came back and walked some more to get contractions going again.
Mommy.
Yes?
Put green on.
Okay, put the green one on. And, so got the contractions going again. I was home, timing contractions, sitting on my yoga ball, like bouncing, all that fun stuff. When the doctor called, it was about a little bit after 6 o'clock and said, they were ready for me. And we were really excited and like walking to the car, I was like, oh my gosh, we're going to come home with a baby. Like, this is crazy and awesome. And I was just like so excited and geared up for it. And we got the car all loaded.
Mommy.
Yeah. We got there around 7 o'clock.
Mommy, that's my bracelet.
Okay, there you go. And I got admitted to the hospital and
more bracelet.
And got my IV. Super slick, easy. I took my yoga ball with me, so I was sitting there like, kind of bouncing on my yoga ball and stuff. And, 8 o'clock, the doctor came in.
Mommy!
And,
They're here.
is he? Do you see his car? the doctor came in and broke my water, and from there on out, we were in labor. I mean, my contractions, started to speed up, and I think I had been having painful contractions for around an hour. I felt like I needed to have a bowel movement, so I went into the bathroom. So while sitting there having my bowel movement, I all of a sudden had to throw up. So I had to grab the trash can and put it in front of me, and it's like a metal little trash can or whatever. So my husband heard me scraping it across the floor, and he opens the door, like, make sure I'm fine.
Mommy.
Because he thought I'd fallen. Yes, honey. And I was so much more, like, modest, shall we say, and, like, shy. Having Sabriel, like, I didn't want Ben in the bathroom with me while all those things were happening, and I was just like, I'm fine, go away, like, don't come in here right now. But the nurse, came in and helped me get into the shower so I could clean up after that, and I labored in the shower for a little while with the, I labored in there until I was just too uncomfortable to stay in there. And so my husband helped me get to my labor bed, and I kind of just like half curled up and just laid there just in pain pretty much, just concentrating on breathing. And at that point I was in so much pain I just didn't think I could really do it. Yeah. Oh, nice. And so I asked for some pain medication through my IV, and I opted for a half dose. I wanted to take really as minimal as possible. So I got a half dose around 9:30, and they checked me before doing that, and I was at 7. And when I got to the hospital, I was at a 3.5, 4. And they decided, they were going to check me at midnight, and if I wasn't progressing, as much as they would like me to, then they were going to start me on Pitocin at that point. So I got a half dose at 9:30, and at this point my contractions were lasting a minute and a minute apart. And so really all the pain medication did was make me feel like I really had a few seconds in between contractions versus just like feeling like they were on top of each other. So that's really all the pain medication really did for me, was just make me feel like I had a couple seconds to breathe in between dealing with pain. And so about an hour later, I could feel the medication starting to wear off, and it, getting more intense again, where I, was really starting to feel like I couldn't handle it. So I asked for another half dose. And I think 2 full doses is all they'll give you. But so I asked for another half dose. Okay, that's enough, baby. Now you eat those before you have more, okay? And so we went that way until a couple minutes after midnight. There was another woman giving birth, so I had to wait till closer to 12:30 before, getting checked and the doctor coming in and stuff. And they came and checked me, and they're like, oh, you're at a 10. We can do this anytime you're feeling the urge to push. And I'm like, okay, well, like, I don't know what that is exactly. Like, yes, honey. Oh, okay. So, the doctor's like, well, let me know when you're... So he left the room to go finish his paperwork for the other mom, and, pretty much as soon as he walked out, I would liken my feeling the urge to push to, like, it felt better to kind of bear down and like flex all of my muscles versus just like laying there breathing in pain. So I guess I would feel like that was my urge to push, was like I wanted to flex my muscles. And and at that point, like, I just wanted to hold my baby. So I was just like, all right, let's do this. Tell the doctor to come back in. Like, let's do this. Took a few minutes for the doctor to come back in. And as soon as the doctor came back in, my husband was on one side holding a leg. My mother-in-law was on the other side holding a leg. And she was, like, holding a leg for a couple minutes. And then, like, she had to go sit on the floor. She, like, hadn't eaten anything and was like feeling faint, so she had to go sit on the floor. So my nurse was all like trying to deal with her because they didn't want her to pass out and stuff. Like, so then I ended up with my husband on that side. Then I started pushing, and I honestly couldn't tell you. I feel like I pushed for 20 minutes, maybe 20 minutes, and
Mommy.
110. Out she came, and she was 9 pounds, 2 ounces, 20.5 inches long. She like latched right away, and then she got her bath, and we just relished in our time together at the hospital in our little room, and it was fantastic.
Mommy,
And the 2 years since have been
Mommy.
awesome. Are you awesome?
Yeah.
Yeah. What else are you?
Feisty.
Feisty. All right. So, thank you all for watching. We'll see you soon.